Hello, ladies. So, I want to talk about hostilities, inter-women hostilities that we've been looking at for some week now. Let's face it, you know, women are special as they are, as special as we are emotional beings, and no matter how much women rise or how rich or how influential we become, there's still this tendency to be hostile towards other fellow ladies, which may come up as envy, jealousy, resentment, and just relationship issues generally, you know. And, this stems from that instinct, female emotional reaction, because of the side of our brain that is usually more developed and more used, which is the emotional part. And this kind of thing can be, vertical or horizontal. Vertical in the sense that it could be the older women versus younger women, or horizontal, which is peer to peer, colleague to colleague, sister to sister, friend to friend. It happens in social settings, work settings, family settings, and it can be as subtle as, a woman looking another woman, just looking them up and down with disdain, or when they meet, maybe for the first time or whatever, or just as aggressive as lashing out angrily for petty things. Boy, have I seen all such around me. It is not race dependent. It could be in the midst of people in Africa, people in the Western world. It's just in it. It's everywhere, and it's amazing how this happens. But we will unpack it a bit. I want us to discuss this because this is one showstopper that many of us face, either as victims or as victimizers, without even knowing, because it's almost so natural with us. As leading ladies, you will almost always face this kind of challenge, especially to be a victim, because you may have grown, you may have become, someone who has you're emotionally control, but you can't control how others react to you. So you cannot afford to be caught in the web of, this web of emotional quagmire. Otherwise you will never be able to make the needed impact when you allow these things to affect you, because of the distractions of unsettled mind and emotions. Meaning you will be, you'll be pouring out that's your virtues, your rivers of living waters. What flows out of you might be polluted, because you are pouring out blessings that should emanate from a very pure source, in form of virtues and the top quality that you have. But when you begin to allow what happens with people to affect you, and then you begin to kind of either you segregate or you avoid people, or you are just not, we won't just feel that your vibe. So I must confess, it's not really going to be easy to unpack this topic due to the intricate complexities and the role all the parties play. But I will try to focus on, both sides of the spectrum. That is, both the victimizers, that is those who oppress others, and the victims themselves, that is those who are on the receiving side, of such disturbing trend, why it happens and how we can lift each other's up. I'll just do a part today and then we'll see another part next week. So first of all, let's look at some of the reasons why ladies engage in hostilities. The whys. I don't know why. There's just too many things. But first of all, I want you to know that any woman who have this kind of attitude already have an internal problem, an internal struggle, an internal unhealthy emotional life, and it's often a reflection of how their life has been. So sometimes that's why you can't take it personal, but I'm going to go into how you can handle that. So by failing to address their own psychological wounds, women may inadvertently, perpetuate their very behaviors that they wish to overcome. They hate themselves. Something is wrong. They want to kind of bring themselves out of the prison they put themselves. But Unknowingly, they lash it on others, they throw it on others. They find themselves having all kind of negative thoughts and reactions towards others. It is very important to understand this and never take such burst of hostilities personal. So that is one of the things. It is usually a struggle of their own. I mean, it's a reflection of their own internal struggles. Something is wrong inside there. They've not been able to deal with it, and then they think others are their problem. They think somebody better than them, somebody more beautiful, somebody having something that they don't have is the problem, but that's not it. Because when they unpack their life, they will see that ordinarily they should be content. When they're able to count their blessings, they will see they should be content in whatever situation they are. Number two, rivalry for leadership positions. I don't know why this happens, but I mean, when one woman is in a leadership position, either at work or in church or in social setting, rather than support and build, other you know, other women will alienate that kind of person or try to sabotage that one currently holding that position by spreading gossips and destructive comments. Any woman that is higher than them in any way, you see a group, they will start grouping against them. I don't know why. Since there may be multiple cliques, within the workplace or the group or anywhere, the majority group sometimes becomes so forceful in their opposition and their quest for power that they will stop at nothing, including bullying and subtle insult. Oh yeah, I've seen all manner, but why can't we just support our own gender? Rather than trying to sabotage the leader, women need to be supportive followers and well-wishers by giving constructive feedback, stopping the spread of any form of gossip, and being helpful in finding solutions that are in the best interest of all. That is what we should be doing, as against killing those who are making it in one way or the other. You don't want to find yourself in that situation as a leading lady. You don't want to be running. You don't want to be fighting for position. You don't want to be, trying to gain power. Don't forget one of the things we talk about here is stooping to conquer, being able to lead without a title. So why do you fight for somebody who has a position when you could make a lot of impact on your own? Another thing is competing for the first. That's me first syndrome, which is a very mundane way, that ladies, just kind of carry on their affairs. I bought that car first. When you see somebody having something fanciful, oh, I used it first. I bought the clothes first. I was one that introduced that brand into the community. Oh, that bag, I've used it. What are you carrying that I don't have? Those kind of rubbish. You don't have to be that petty. Stop beefing, anyone currently using the same thing, that probably you've used before, just appreciate it and move on. What do you gain in trying to bring others down? Sometimes we may even might be about information. You have information about an opportunity that may benefit others. But because you want to be the first to benefit from it, instead of sharing, you keep it to yourself. So that you can be the first to benefit. And then forgetting that the sky is wide enough for everyone to fly successfully without hitting each other. Our aim in the latter instance, is to hide, what we do until we have achieved, so that we can spring surprises to our colleague next door. Isn't that so? Oh, let me keep this information. Let me launch out. They will know. You don't need it. All of us were born different. We have different talents, interests, goals, rate of development, our opportunities and our ability to afford higher education and view of what is meant by the term success is different. So it is not in the best interest of anyone to be selfish with information. We will all shine at our different set times and in our own different and various unique ways. That's the spice of life. Variety is the spice of life. I can't be you, you can't be me. So allow me to shine the way I'm shining while you focus on how you can shine. I hope you understand that. That is how life should be. That's how women should be. And another point I want to talk about, before I leave this particular reason, is this jealousy, jealousy and envy in all sense. Sometimes it's not just antagonism. It's sad that this has become a very deep-rooted problem among women of all walks of life. Like I said, it could be very subtle, it could be aggressive. rather than fully concentrate on, on her role within the organization and develop spiritually, professionally, or academically. That jealous female colleague or female sister will focus on creating unpleasant situations so that the object of her jealousy can suffer. Please, how does that affect you? Anyone else trying to help themselves, you know, to be unique becomes a threat, unknowing to them. Meanwhile, everybody is trying to rise in life. So why don't you focus on how you can rise? If you're jealous of something another colleague has, which might be the colleague has more attention from people, or gains more favor, or more opportunity, or have more money, or lives in a better house, or have a better family, husband, children, whatever. Instead of plotting against and hating such a one, we should take it as a challenge for self-improvement. When we are too busy looking at what other people have, instead of finding time to plan and achieve our own goals, then we will never get ahead, because you are caught in the web of negative, you're vibrating with the negative frequencies. You never rise. So it is your own interest that you free yourself of all these kinds of anything that has to do with any other person, any negativity towards others. You have to free yourself from it so that you can fly. You need to, when you are lifting, there's a level of weight that the aeroplane can carry for it to fly. If the aeroplane carries more than that, that aeroplane is going nowhere. The same thing with animals. Anything you see flying in the air, there are some things they can't carry. If they carry beyond what the law of gravity will allow them, they fall to the ground. So don't encumber the law of upliftment. Don't let the law of gravity prevail in your life by loading your life with so many negativities. You will go nowhere. Now, today I'm focusing on those people who are victimizing others. So, how to avoid it? Avoid being a victimizer. Avoid being a bully. I'm saying this because a lot of women don't even know they are. The senior ones against the younger ones, maybe the ones that look fleshier, they see anybody greeting their husband, and just different things I've seen. Number one, remember that we are uniquely created and we're very different. So our success and height in life will be determined by our unique qualities, talents, and virtues. Discover yours and concentrate on developing it rather than envy what others have. Number two, grow up and be mature. Learn to appreciate everyone that has something better than you in a mature way. Appreciate others' beauty, the beauty of others, their talents, their positions, their wealth. Appreciate them genuinely so that yours can also grow and bloom. Don't forget that whatever seed you sow in life, you're going to reap. If you have issues, you don't know how to deal with people, you don't know how to be matured, go for online free courses. Take on interpersonal courses, interpersonal skills and relationship skills. Just go ahead and just read about them, learn something. Not just for the opposite sex. Many of you prepare yourself for romantic relationship, but you don't prepare yourself for platonic relationship with women. You have to. Is it because it's a need that most women need? They something that's very important in their life so that they can live free of all these grudges and resentments and envy and jealousy that doesn't do anything to you. And moreover, this is very deadly. They cause a lot of sickness in the body. When you have negative feelings, you release cortisols. We've spoken about this in the past. You release cortisols, and then before you know it, your body becomes inflamed and you begin to have cancer, begin to have all these things in your body. You don't want negative things growing in your body. Number three, seek to understand everyone as much as possible. If you don't understand how people get their success or why they attract so much to their lives, you might want to seek to understand their principles and what works for them, rather than envy them, victimize them, or jeopardize another woman's growth. You might borrow a leap or skill from them that will improve your life. For instance, if you see a woman that is ever looking young, like she's looking 20 years younger than her age, looking more beautiful. So what profit do you have in envying and spiting such a person? Your profit is in seeking out their secret to a vibrant and youthful, healthy life, so you too can achieve the same result. Not to be envying and speaking nonsense. You see them carrying, it's none of your business, their relationship. Of course, a woman that is looking 20 years younger will attract men, attract everyone. So it is not your own, it's not to focus on that. How did she achieve such a youthful life? Not envy or spiting such, but embracing this difference and accepting that uniqueness and making sure that you also can benefit from that, from the knowledge. So seek to understand everyone and seek how you can also benefit from such knowledge and such secrets. Number four, have a supportive and giving and building mindset to relationships. When you build any relationship with any woman, maybe younger or older or anyone, and you see them achieving great things, it is in your best interest to support such a one by encouraging, cheering, and lifting such a person up. You never can tell where you will get to in life, where you will need help. And lastly, live unconditionally from inside out with love. Have one internal and unshakable principle of love. When you let love lead, when you let love rule your life, living with everyone unconditionally from a place whether they are better than you or not, you will be sowing good seeds and you will definitely reap that good seed because a currency stronger than net worth is your network. I repeat that a currency that is stronger than your net worth, what you have in the bank, is your network, the quality of people in your life. So, what money cannot buy, the goodwill of people in your network can sort things out without a price. You could do a lot. You could get to the top. You could win political positions. You could send your children to school. You could travel around the world without money when you have the right people in your life. So stop making enemies. Embrace friendship. Build strong connections with people. You will always need people for opportunities, for getting ahead in life, for assistance in different ways. So, my last word with you, live and let love lead. Next week, we'll flip the coin to look at the other side of those who have become victims of this antagonism, hostilities, and how they can manage the situation. Until then, thank you and keep shining.